Minnesota's rich, affordable farmland and the promise of high wages lured early Norwegians, Swedish, and Danish to settle here. Today, they represent over a quarter of the state's population. Here on this Minneapolis street corner, we're actually standing at the crossroads of Scandinavian culture and cuisine. This is Ingebretsen's, an institution since 1921. Part delicatessen, part gift shop, 100% authentic. You know you're in a real Scandinavian market when you see pints of frozen lingonberries in the deli case. And of course, all the classic Scandinavian breads are here, soups, meatball gravy, romagrot, and of course, that quart of beef blood you've been scouring town for. $7.49? It's quite a steal. Typical Scandinavian foods like wild game, pork, cod, and herring were traditionally pickled or dried to last through the bitter cold months of winter. Warren Dahl is one of the shop owners.
This is pig's feet, and I'd like you to have the toe especially is the best part of it.
The toe is always the best part, Warren.
And it's just salted.
You know, a lot of places that I've tasted it around the world, you know, when they do put a lot of extra stuff in there, it masks the flavor of the pig's foot.
That's right.
Incredible.
And the vinegar, it kills it, and this is excellent.
All right, here goes.
Surprising, isn't it?
It's so good.
We called it sultelab.
Salty pig's foot with lots of good gelatin. It's good for you. One of these a day keeps the doctor away. Scandinavians are also fond of brown cheeses like Gammelost, which stinks so badly that people swear it's cured in manure. It smells very, very ripe.
Doesn't even taste like cheese, does it?
No. It tastes like spoiled meat. Fantastic. It's grainy.
Yeah, it is.
After sampling the dried mutton and a couple of other staples like blood sausage, it's time for the quintessential Scandinavian bizarre food. So do you guys sell a lot of lutefisk here?
Well, at the holidays, maybe about 500 pounds a day. Which
500 pounds a day?
Years ago, we sold a ton a day.
Now, lutefisk is the king of Scandinavian delicacies, despite its funky smell. What began as a dried piece of fish is now just a jelly-like glob of fish. And even more surprisingly, lutefisk is more popular here in Minnesota than it is back in the old country. Lutefisk dates back to the Middle Ages when it was eaten as a fasting food during Advent for the days leading up to Christmas. How and why it was developed is not really clear, but most people still traditionally eat it today around the holiday season. So you think lutefisk looks unappealing? Wait until you find out how it's made. Would you believe at one point it's actually poisonous? Minnesotans don't have far to go to get the real thing. The world's largest lutefisk processor happens to be located right here in the Twin Cities. The Olson Fish Company has been producing lutefisk since 1910. Today, they create about 500,000 pounds a year. That gets shipped around the globe, even back to Scandinavia. The process begins with dried cod that comes to Olson's directly from Norway. This cod is preferable because it's harvested in the wintertime when the fish are at their peak of quality. So once it comes in, you've got the dried product. What are the steps?
They soak in water for a few days. Then we add the dreaded lye.
Yes, he said lye. You know, the potentially lethal stuff that's used to clean drains and ovens. Today they use caustic soda, a powdered form of lye that's more easily absorbed by the fish. So the caustic soda actually causes the protein molecules of the fish to open up, allowing for maximum water absorption, basically plumping up and softening the meat. These fish are practically the chemical equivalent of ammonia. Next, the reconstituted fish are put into tank after tank after tank of fresh water for another 7 to 9 days. The goal is to get the pH level down to a ratio that makes them safe again to eat. This is a very recognizable thing to anybody. It looks like fish.
This is pretty close to our finished product, actually. It just goes through a little bit of a whitening process with a little bit of hydrogen peroxide to get it that nice white.
It's beautiful. Better living through chemistry, or
Yes.
better eating through chemistry, as we like to say. The lutefisk is then packaged and shipped. Now, this fish may look like a normal fillet, but once it's cooked, the smell is just plain foul. I can hardly wait to taste it. Lutefisk is available year-round, but the traditional time of year to eat it is October through December. And to mark this auspicious time of the year, communities all over the upper Midwest gather together for a traditional lutefisk supper. There's one tonight in Cyrus, Minnesota, population 303, and the entire town is expected to turn out. Cyrus, Minnesota is about 160 miles northwest of the Twin Cities. It's a typical Midwestern small town situated in the midst of farmland. You can see the grain elevator, the post office, and the local church from one central perch, the Cozy Cafe, which also just happens to be lutefisk central for this town dinner. So the idea here is you just head to the back door and get in line. The food's got to be good if you're here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow. 300 Scandinavians and the local Lutheran pastor, the infallible representative of God in much of Minnesota, where about 30% of the population is Lutheran.
Andrew, Jean, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Welcome to the Cozy Cafe, beautiful downtown Cyrus.
Thank you. This is your place?
This is my place, full of Norwegians and Scandinavians today.
About 30 townspeople pitched in to cook this dinner, and the buffet is filled with every Scandinavian delicacy you can imagine, from krumakaka cookies and rosettes to homemade blood sausage and fish balls. These must be from really, really, really big fish. This is all a little overwhelming, but I can't wait to taste the lutefisk.
Get a flaky one. Flaky is the best.
Flaky
Flaky is the best.
is best.
Yeah,
like that?
And then don't forget the butter. Don't forget the butter.
My dinner companions today are Edna and Lila, with a combined age of 193. If anyone knows the secret to the lutefisk allure, it's these gals.
See that there's plenty of butter on it, so it slides down.
For something that everybody is so scared of, why do they keep eating so much of it?
I don't know.
It's kind of a put. Salt?
Oh, salt and pepper.
Oh, you think we need? All right, there we go. Oh, look at it in all its translucent glory. Well, now here's the thing. It's definitely an acquired taste. It's very salty, it's very fishy, but it's that jelly consistency that's a little funky. But you're right, you put enough butter on it. Once you've had a couple bites, it's really pretty yummy.
Yes, I agree with you.
Although I'll tell you, as the meal goes on and the lutefisk gets a little colder, it's a little less appetizing. The key is to avoid breathing in while eating. Once you get past the rotten smell, it tastes kind of the way you imagine it would taste: spoiled fish jello. This annual lutefisk dinner is a special day in Cyrus. From the German polka band invited here annually to entertain the Scandinavians, to traditional Norwegian rose mauling, and great gifts for Grandma. Nothing like a lutefisk candle.
Yeah.
These Scandinavians sure know how to have a good time. And I'm grateful they gave me the chance to share in the festivities firsthand. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your graciousness is just stupendous. And I never thought I'd say this, being a born and bred New Yorker, but hey everyone, let's polka. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've lived here for more than 15 years, and I have to say, my Minnesota indoctrination is now complete.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah? Not bad?
No, not bad.